Today on an all-new episode of The Good Stuff, it's Mary versus the clock for this savory Sesame Hoisin Salmon bowl that comes together in only 10 minutes or less.
So much better than it has any right to be.
Then, how old is too old for cutting boards, sponges, and more? Megan Arthurs reveals when and why everyday kitchen items need to be replaced. The Good Stuff starts now.
To the show. I'm very excited. We're getting started as per usual in the kitchen today, but I don't have any time to faff about because I am on a mission today to make a delicious salmon dinner in just 10 minutes. Yeah. I don't know why I do this to myself. I set myself up. I'm like, listen, I can do this, and then I get immediately so nervous, but we're gonna see how it goes. So anytime we can get a meal together in a short amount of time, it's a total win in my house. So let's make my Sesame Hoisin Salmon in just 10 minutes. Sound good? Okay, I'm feeling good about it. All right, let's get that timer up on the screen. Everyone's gonna keep me honest with this. Okay, let's go now. Okay, so we are getting to work on this delicious meal. So the first thing I actually wanna get to work on is actually the hoisin glaze that's gonna go on this salmon. So I've got a little bowl here, and into there I'm gonna go in with a 1/4 cup of hoisin sauce. Now, hoisin sauce is kinda sort of barbecue saucy. It's sweet, it's salty, it's umami-y. You can tell I'm measuring it very carefully. When you're saving time in the kitchen, you don't have to measure. It's all gonna be fine. All right, now into there I'm gonna go in with something a little bit spicy. So for that, I'm going in with sriracha. But if you had something like sambal oelek or anything like that, gochujang, you could easily put that in. I usually have sriracha on hand though. So I'm going in with 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit more. I'm feeling it. Okay. I like the heat. You feel free to pull back if you want. So give that a little bit of a mix, and that's pretty much it for the glaze. Super simple, it's sticky, it's sweet, it's spicy, it's salty, and we are good to go. Now, let's go chat salmon because, oh my gosh, I've been talking for a minute already. Okay, cool. We're doing this thing. So we've got about 450 grams of salmon here. I just bought a whole fillet, and I removed that skin or got the fishmonger to do it, for you. And then I sliced it into 1 centimeter thick chunks. This is the trick. You want something to cook quicker, you slice it smaller. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go onto a sheet pan with a little bit of toasted sesame oil. If you don't have toasted sesame oil, it is a key feature in this recipe, but you could always sub it out with a little bit of olive oil or something like that. That would work fine too. So I'm gonna add that salmon right onto that pan, and then basically I'm just gonna kind of flop it around. There's no fuss or muss today. We're going quick. The mission here is to get food on the table as quickly as possible. So you want that a little bit coated with some of that oil. Get it into an even-ish layer. You don't want it piled up because, again, we want it to cook quickly. So we want things to be as thin as possible. This is taking longer than I anticipated, but it's gonna be fine. I'm feeling good. All right, now onto there, we're going on with that hoisin and sriracha mixture. So I'm just gonna kind of drape that over top and just spread it out. This is gonna give a nice sticky mixture. It's seasoning the fish, which is a dream, but it's also got a lot of sugar in there, so it's gonna caramelize really quickly, giving a little bit of texture, which we absolutely love. Also, perfect measurements. Oh my gosh, Mary Berg, you've done it again. Okay, now, as opposed to searing this or putting it into like a low oven or something, we're gonna broil this. That's how we're getting this done quick. So, over here, I have got my oven heated to high broil. I also have my rack on the top portion of the oven. So I'm gonna go in, and that needs about 8 minutes. Do we have 8 minutes on the clock? I'm gonna give it 7.5 minutes because that's about what we have. Okay, fingers crossed it's gonna be done. So while that's doing its thing, let's get to work on the kind of starch for this meal because you gotta have a protein, gotta have a starch, gotta have a veg. So I've got a pan here over about medium heat. Into there, I'm gonna go in with some sesame seeds. Just about 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds is perfect. Just scatter those in. You wanna give those a little bit of a toast. Anytime you're using a spice or a nut or a seed, a little bit of a toast brings so much life to them. You want a little golden brown, but as soon as it starts smelling nutty, you are good to go. So while that does its thing, let's get to work on our noodles. Okay, so as opposed to using rice or rice noodles, I'm actually gonna use soba noodles today. You definitely could use rice noodles, but soba noodles are super good. They're nutty. They're actually made with mostly buckwheat flour, so they've got a really nice texture. I've got about 250 grams here. Gonna add that right on into the water. My favorite part about soba noodles, they take hardly any time to cook, so that is gonna be a good thing. I always pretty much have on hand different types of noodles that cook up really quickly, whether that's rice noodles, those instant ones. Fresh udon would also be really good here and cook up quickly. But these soba noodles, see, even immediately, they're starting to soften. All right, those are doing their thing. Let's check on these seeds. Do you see that little bit of golden brown color we're getting in that pan? Nice and kind of toasty. It kind of smells like a bagel shop, which is always a good thing. All right, I'm gonna transfer these seeds out of this pan now, just into a large bowl, just to set those aside, because I'm gonna toss those with the noodles later. But now we need to get to work on our greens. How are we doing for time? Oh, we're almost halfway there. Okay, Mary Ann, speed it up, speed it up. Okay. Into my pan, I'm going in with just a little more of that sesame oil. Again, if you don't have sesame oil, you can do this with any neutral oil, olive oil, whatever. But for the veg, I'm going in with bok choy. Bok choy is a little kind of cabbage. This texture, almost like spinach. This texture, like a crunchy, delicious, crispy cabbage. Kind of celery-y, really good. So I'm gonna go into there with these 2-ish handfuls of that bok choy. Pop it in. You want that sound? That means we're cooking with fire, or electricity in this case. All right? Now, to let this cook down and wilt while we're getting golden brown, pop a lid on there. If you don't have a lid, just put a pan on top, you're good to go. That's gonna do its thing. Let's check on these noodles. Okay, we're getting there. Uh-oh, we're not getting there as fast as I wanted to. So I'm gonna go check on that salmon. Let's take a gander. Things are looking good in there. We're doing good on salmon. Okay, while that's doing its thing, this is the most chaotic one, I think, yet of this, which is a good thing. I'm gonna chop up a few green onions. I like a taste of something bright and fresh whenever I'm having something cooked, so I love a green onion. I always have them on hand. Just a few sliced is gonna just give a little bit of green, crunchy, obviously oniony flavor to this dish. Just give those a nice little slice up. Super simple. That's just gonna be on for garnish. Feeling good about that. Let's check on our bok choy. Give it a little zhuzh, a little peek. Okay, we're starting to get there. We're starting to get a little bit of color, a little bit of golden. Wanna know a hot tip too? You want this to start cooking quicker? Give it a little bit of steam. So for the steam, I'm gonna go in with a couple tablespoons of soy sauce. That's also gonna season up that bok choy, give it a little salt. So just add that right on top. That little bit of steam as that starts to come to a boil, trap it in. That's gonna cook down perfectly. Let's check our noodles. How much time do we have left, everybody? How are we feeling? 4 minutes. Guys, I like how I'm also making you do sneaky maths today. We're not counting down, we're counting up. Okay, let's taste this noodle. Do you see how quick that was, though? That was about 2.5 minutes. Perfectly cooked. Okay. Feeling it, feeling it. So I'm gonna go strain these noodles. Now, with buckwheat noodles, with soba noodles, you do want to give them a rinse. Unlike regular pasta, if you don't give them a rinse with cold water, they can tend to like stick together and get a little gluey. So I'm gonna put a little bit of cold water over top. And this is gonna give a really nice mixture of textures and flavors and kind of like temperatures, really, with this dish. So I'm coming over here, I'm smelling that salmon's getting golden brown. I'm gonna add those noodles right into those sesame seeds. Whew, guys, I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it. All right, on to there, go on with a little bit of that toasted sesame oil for a bit of that flavor, maybe a little bit of that soy sauce for a little bit of seasoning too. Give that a toss together. How are we doing? Oh my gosh, okay, we're fine, we're fine. We've got this. We've got that sesame seed in there. This is absolutely beautiful. It looks fresh and crunchy because of those beautiful little sesame seeds. So I'm gonna plate up a little portion of these noodles. Doesn't it look good? Guys, I'm feeling good about this one. Just those sobas. Now on to there. Let's check on that bok choy, see how we are doing. Oh yeah. See that green? That is what you are looking for. We've got a little bit of color, a little bit of tenderness, and that bok choy is so bright and green. I'm gonna pop that into my bowl. You need your greens. If you had spinach, if you had kale, you could totally do that in here. But that's gonna give you a bit of crunch, a little bit of flavor and deliciousness. Then we are going to go, oh my gosh, the salmon. Okay. Let's take a gander. Woo! This is what you want, though. Trust me, trust me. So we have got that salmon. Because we sliced it nice and thin, it is perfectly cooked. It is golden brown. Like, looking pretty good. Do you remember moments ago when I was clearly freaking out? I'm not freaking out anymore. I'm totally good. I'm just gonna finish that salmon off with those green onions right on that pan. Now, if you were using something like a really good high quality sushi type salmon, that'd be perfect. I gotta find a spatula. Okay. Where do I keep my spatulas? I don't remember. Is this gonna undo me? Okay. Nope. I'm using a spoon, okay. All right, get that beautiful salmon right off there. It is perfectly cooked, it is tender, it is caramelized. Pop that into there. Dinner in, stop the clock. 9 minutes and I'm gonna say 14 seconds. Anytime we do this, I feel like the crew is betting on if I can do it under 10 minutes. I wanna know who won today. I'm feeling good about this. This is absolutely stunning. Like 9 minutes, 14 seconds for this beautiful, beautiful dinner made fresh in front of you. I have to give this a taste, but because it's like a good day and I'm feeling very proud of myself to help you serve up your food in style, thanks to the Canadian Kitchenware Store Cookery, you're all going home with a set of these super cute and colorful Staub bowls. We gotta take a quick break, but we'll be right back.
Has your kitchen sponge seen better days? Megan Arthurs reveals when and why you should replace everyday kitchen items. Tomorrow on an all-new episode of The Good Stuff. Take a bite out of some of the latest internet trends. From handy kitchen gadgets that actually work, to must-have apps, hype-worthy hair tools, and skincare that truly does care. Discover which fads are actually worth your time and money. The Good Stuff is all new tomorrow.
Here to tell us when to replace what in the kitchen is my bud, Megan Arthurs. Hey, Megan, how's it going?
It is going great. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. You're stepping into my zone.
I know.
The kitchen.
But you know, I love a kitchen purge.
I do too. You know when you go into your cupboards and you take everything out and you look at it and you say, do I need this? And then when you put it away, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm such an adult.
It is so true.
Yeah.
I have a rule of thumb when it comes to replacing kitchen items, and it really follows this.
Okay.
If it's smelling, it's gotta go.
I like this one. This is a key. I feel like everyone agrees, but doesn't necessarily do that.
They don't.
Yeah.
Or if it's flaking, like phyllo pastry, arrivederci.
Oh, also gonzo.
It's gotta go.
Okay, I like this. Okay, so let's break it down. You're talking about the 5 kind of most used items in our kitchen, starting off in the world of my least favorite part, dish doing.
Yes, and my most favorite part.
See, perfect, match made
We
in
know our
heaven.
strengths.
Yeah.
We know our strengths. Okay, so sponges and dishcloths. We want to be replacing these every 1 to 2 weeks.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, wait, I was like, does anybody do that in here?
Okay, it's okay. We're admitting it.
Yeah.
It's fine. Admitting it is
Safe
the first
space.
step. Yeah.
Safe space.
It's a safe space.
Yeah.
Okay, so dishcloths breed germs. They breed bacteria and food particles. They get so dirty so quickly. This is an interesting little hack. If you have a dishcloth and it's wet, you can actually pop it in the microwave for 1 to 2 minutes.
Okay.
And the smell completely goes away.
Okay.
Don't get too excited. It's a temporary solution. It's not
Temporary.
a permanent solution.
Yeah.
But if you do want a permanent solution, which I highly recommend, we're stepping into the world of silicone.
Oh,
So
yeah.
silicone scrubbers are awesome. We have a plastic handled one, and the little circular one is awesome because you can put it in the dishwasher.
Oh, nice.
So it's really making sure it's fully sanitized and clean, and they last longer.
See, I like this too because again, it's not going to absorb anything.
Yes.
It's still going to. Also, this is a delight to touch. If anybody wants that, what a treat.
Satisfying.
Yeah, very satisfying. Okay, let's move on to plastic containers. This is a big, I think,
Yes.
pain point in general for people.
I agree,
Yeah.
Mary. I agree. Okay, plastic containers. We are replacing, or we want to replace once every 1 to 2 years.
Okay.
Okay, so you know the containers? I think we have one here. You know that beautiful orange hue of spaghetti sauce?
Spaghetti sauce, maybe a curry in there.
We all have that. I know it looks vintage and cool, but it actually can be a little bit dangerous.
Okay, yeah.
So over time, plastic breaks down, and it can be a little bit harmful for food. So if it's stained, if it has an odor, if the plastic is looking a little cloudy, you want to really consider letting it go. A great alternative for this is glass.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So the glass containers are awesome. These are easy to find everywhere now. Eco-friendly, environmentally friendly, great for your food health, great for your personal health. They last longer and they don't stain.
See, that's the key. I love that, because it's the worst. You see someone putting the tomato sauce in and you're like, not that one. Yeah, not a good thing. All right, now let's move on into the world. We're gonna talk about wooden utensils first. What are we talking about?
Wooden utensils we're replacing every 2 years.
Oh, see, does anybody else, though, have, like, their wooden spoon that they've had since, like, their grandma had it? Same.
The original ones. I know my mother does, too. This is the thing about wood. Wood is porous, which means that easily water, odor, and bacteria can seep into the wood, and it can break it down a little bit quicker. If your wooden spoons are looking anything like this, like a little bit chipped, a little bit broken, if you even see dark spots that are maybe moldy, they gotta go.
Okay.
The thing is, if you do want to keep your spoons, and I think you do this.
I do this, yeah.
You have a food safety oil, right? That you can put onto the wooden.
Because then it repels the moisture. It's kind of like what you do with your cutting board, if you want to do that, if you want to keep them for long.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a good alternative.
I like that.
If you're really emotionally attached.
I am very emotionally attached to a certain wooden spoon, 100%. Now let's move away from wood and let's talk about kind of silicone, plastic, those spatulas and things we have.
We are replacing these every 1 to 2 years.
Okay.
So these are similar where they crack, they rip. We can see little marks, little edges there.
Yeah.
These are under high heat all the time. And because of that exposure, they wear and they tear. So we just want to be mindful when it's looking like this. If it has almost like a sticky residue sometimes, I find, you know that stickiness?
Or that edge, and you can almost like peel off that little bit, you know?
Exactly. Then it's time to say goodbye.
Yes, toodaloo,
Toodaloo.
to those guys. I'm less emotionally attached to those, so I'm feeling okay about that.
Good.
All right, now finally, what about water bottles?
Okay, this is an interesting one. So plastic water bottles we want to replace every 6 months to 1 year.
Okay.
So this is such a great example here. This is the protein ones. If your bottles are smelling like a protein shake graveyard.
Absolutely no.
They have got to go.
Yeah.
These are very hard to clean. There's different parts. If you even have a straw in them, the little shakers in there, bacteria, germs, they are seeping through. So a great alternative would be stainless steel or even glass.
Yeah.
These are so much easier to clean, and it's much easy to get the sanitization up higher with these ones.
I like this. Also, fun fact, keeps your drink colder or hotter for longer, which I do love. I love a cold water. Megan, great tips. Thank you so much. This is awesome.
Thank you, Mary.
The best ever. We got to take a quick break, but we'll be right back. Chef Alex Page is here, and today, Alex, you're going to be helping us solve the dreaded dinner dilemma. How's it going, Alex?
Good, how are you?
I am doing fantastic. Okay, I'm feeling good about this.
Yeah, I think we all know this, right? It's like 4 p.m. The dreaded dinner dilemma arrives. What am I gonna have for dinner?
Yes.
Right? I have the solution.
Okay.
Okay? You are going to stock your freezer. Go buy a chest freezer.
Yes.
In fact,
Yeah.
okay?
This is the energy.
And you are going to stock your freezer with some amazing products from our friends at M&M Food Market.
Okay, I love it. Honestly, full nostalgia. I love it. I love it. Yes.
Right? And so it's going to cover all of your bases. You want a weeknight meal? Covered.
Covered. Got it. Check mark.
Impromptu dinner party?
Check mark.
Do you ever have those days where like you feel like I want to have a couple people over, but you
Literally-
don't want to shop and like crap?
And you also don't want to like fuss around too much. You want people to show up and you're like,
No.
oh, what, this? I just threw it together.
Okay. Impromptu dinner party? Covered. Large backyard barbecue?
Yeah, we're getting into the season. Yes.
Yes. And the best part, M&M Food Market is a proud Canadian company.
Yes, it is. We love that.
So over 80% of their products are made here in Canada.
Nice.
Using domestic and imported ingredients.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Okay,
so let's cook something,
I'm
right?
smelling good smell.
Yes,
so what are we
it smells
doing?
very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna start off with one of their great products, the smash burger. Angus smash burger.
Who doesn't love a smash burger? They're like crispy, they're good. Oh my gosh. Okay.
So I have a pan here, nice and hot, and we're just gonna go in with our Angus burger.
Okay.
And this is great. This is like a good, budget-friendly alternative to doing the takeout thing.
Totally, 100%.
And then, I'd let it cook a little bit here.
Yeah.
We're gonna smash them a little bit extra.
This is the thing with the smash burger. We've already got it smashed down, but that extra, see the fat starting to come out?
Yes.
It gets that contact with the pan, which is exactly what you're looking for.
I also like, you could just use like a spatula
Yeah.
as well, and then you get a little more control.
Totally.
And what I like, you're gonna get those crispy edges.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for with a smash burger, for
then
sure.
you'll flip those and throw some cheese on them.
Oh, but of course.
We're not gonna do it without cheese.
No, I was gonna say, Alex, have you ever made a non-cheeseburger?
No, never.
Right. Yeah.
And then just to kind of jazz it up a little bit, I've caramelized some onions down here.
Beautiful.
Beer.
I mean, you gotta. Yeah.
We're backyard barbecuing, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah,
So-
look at that sizzling up.
Yes.
Yes.
That's gonna make it add a little bit of extra sweetness.
What do you do with the rest of the beer, Alex?
Well, I'm glad you asked. You're gonna drink that beer. Yeah. Okay, and then to assemble, we have a nice bun here. You're gonna take your smash burger.
Yes.
Should we make it like a double?
Oh, 100%. I was like, that's literally not even a question.
I feel like it has to be a double, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And then we top that with some tomato,
Beautiful.
some lettuce, the usual suspects here.
I do love a shredded iceberg, I'm not gonna
I know,
lie.
right?
Now, what about those onions?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about our delicious onions.
Some caramelized onions. That's how you really take it up a notch.
Taking it up a notch, right?
Come on, Alex Page. Look at that stone cold stunner of a burger. That is
Beautiful.
beautiful. Oh my
Beautiful
gosh.
burger.
Okay, we love that. Now, what if you're looking? That's a good any night of the week
Yeah.
thing. But maybe you're having like that backyard barbecue vibe.
Yes. So these are the fall off the bone cherry cola ribs.
Cherry cola ribs. Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
yes.
Okay, I
And
feel
these-
my husband's ears perking. Yeah.
And these are great for entertaining because ribs can be a little bit tricky to pull off. And you don't want to be nervous when you have people over for dinner,
no,
right?
yeah.
Like, are they going to be tender?
Yeah.
So these, all I've done, they come out of the package. Oh, our burgers are still sizzling away over there. They come out of the package, already sauced for you.
Yeah.
Foil lined baking sheet.
Yep.
In the oven, 500.
Okay.
Bottom rack, 20 to 25 minutes.
That's it? That's
That is
sick.
it.
That's the fastest rib you've ever had.
I know.
Here, pop of those. I know you're not an oven mitt man, but you are
I'm
today.
not,
Yeah,
no.
he's
I
a
am
towel
today.
guy. He's a real chef.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, look at those.
Those
Wow.
are looking stuffed.
Don't those look great?
Dang.
Beautiful. Right.
And then we are serving these. Can you put them on the platter
yeah.
for me,
oh
Mary?
gosh,
And
you're
I'll talk-
making me
look
do
at
the hard
this.
work. I love this. Yeah.
We have the red skin potatoes from M&M Food Market. Look, they come in this container ready to go. You can throw that right on the barbecue.
I love
Right
that.
in the container.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, look at these ribs. Get out of here.
Get outta here.
Fall off the bone.
And they are.
They're literally, you gotta use 2 hands to get them onto your platter. Oh, there you go. Those
Okay,
look
we
amazing.
have these potatoes.
Yeah.
Now, I gotta make something,
You
right?
do, yep.
So I have some thinly sliced fennel, thinly sliced apple, and then to make our dressing, little lemon juice and olive oil. I like yogurt.
Oh,
Yeah.
just a little thickness?
Adds a little bit of thickness.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Okay, perfect.
And then we're gonna just toss this together.
Okay, fantastic.
Look at that.
See, okay, Alex
I think
Page
this is gonna complement the ribs really well,
I think so
right?
too, and I'm not gonna lie, you are never allowed to come into the kitchen and not bring fennel, because we love fennel.
We have a fennel friendship.
Yes, we do. It's a fennel-based friendship. All right,
And then
little
we'll toss in
ribs.
some a little bit of arugula.
Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that.
and then we top that with some chopped pistachio.
The green with those cherry cola ribs and those red skin potatoes. Come on. Look at that feast right there.
Beautiful.
That's a stunner.
Yeah.
I love that. Now, you've also brought a really good, for me, M&M Food Market, the appetizers are clutch.
It's nostalgia, right?
100%.
And this is like the bonus area we got going on here.
Yeah.
And what I love about this, you know, for something like a flatbread, you don't have to go get all the individual ingredients, right? It's just ready to go. So we have a mushroom truffle flatbread.
Okay.
Wagyu sliders.
Okay.
Dive in, yeah.
Oh.
And look at these grilled lobster skewers.
Fancy
Hello.
much? Yeah.
Hello.
No, what about dessert? I feel like you have to have dessert.
Well, how could you not? Key lime pie,
Okay,
summer
1 second.
classic.
1 second.
Confetti cake pops.
Got my fork. Do you need a pocket fork too, Alex Page?
Oh,
There you go. There you go.
hey. And then we have the lemon ice cream sandwich cookies.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, Alex Page, this is an absolute treat.
Cheers.
A real feast for the eyes and the bellies, and so simple. Great job, Alex Page. Thank you so much. So many delicious options. Absolutely fantastic. Great job, man. We love it. We got to take a quick break, but we will be right back. I'm going back up for another break. Blockbuster movie preview. Hey, Sonia, how's it going?
Are we channeling our inner angels today?
I think so. Look at this matching outfit situation we have going
But
on.
I do want to correct. We all know I'm far from an angel.
Oh, there you go. We got you. We got you. I
yes,
love this
yes.
energy. Okay, I'm very excited because we are talking about the big summer of movies we've got coming for us.
Like, seriously, we don't need the sun. We don't need summer. Just stay inside
Yes.
and watch all these movies.
I love it. And I'm really pumped because there's lots of good action happening this summer. We're starting off with the one and only Mission Impossible.
Cue the music.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, like for real though. This is the 8th Mission Impossible film that we're getting. But here's the thing, you guys. So Dead Reckoning, Part 1, which came out 2 years ago, this was supposed to be called Dead Reckoning Part 2. And then in 2023, they actually ended up changing the name to Final Reckoning.
Oh, I do not like the
So
sound of
even
that.
when you see the trailer, first of all, I mean, Tom Cruise is giving us what he does best, is all those stunts, right? That we know. The man does his own stunts. He's broken his foot doing one of these stunts. And even in the actual trailer, but one of the moments he says, "I need you to trust me one last time." He says it just like that. I could probably step in if they wanted to continue.
You did.
Mission
I thought I was
Impossible.
sitting right across from Tom Cruise right there.
Right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. He even says it. So a lot of people are anticipating that the fact that this will possibly be the last of Mission Impossible.
No.
I know. However,
Love this franchise.
I can't get enough of this franchise. Christopher McQuarrie, the director, and Tom Cruise, they're like the dream team when it comes to having you on the edge of your seat. Now, we are getting some people coming back from the other one as well, but adding to it is Tremel Tillman, Mr. Milchick from Severance. If you don't know,
So good.
you need
So
to know.
good, yeah.
Angela Bassett is coming on.
cool.
And here's the thing. I feel like they're also bringing us into sort of the real world that we're dealing with because Tom Cruise, aka Ethan Hunt, is going to be taking on his final mission, which is to bring down this AI program that is just actually going to take down humanity.
This is too real. This one feels, I was like,
Tom is
Yeah.
giving us heart attacks with this one, but I'm excited for it. This film drops May 23rd, and of course, E-Talk will be covering it as well, so make sure you tune in for all that coverage.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, I cannot wait for that. Sticking in the realm, though, of kind of action, entertainment,
yes.
that stuff, we're talking the world of John Wick, but we're talking, what is Ballerina, a new movie?
So this is a different type of plie and
Pirouette.
pirouette.
Nicely done.
Can't even say
Yeah.
it. We get a little bit of it, but that's it, because this is a totally different type of dance. Ana de Armas is leading this, and this is a spin-off of John Wick. And if you know John Wick movies, they're also all about action,
Yeah.
but the action is done in such an intricate and elegant way. The fight sequences are really, it's like watching a dance.
It's true.
It's
It's true.
choreography that happens. So Ana de Armas is coming into this, leading this as well, and this takes place between John Wick 3 and 4, which means we're also getting Keanu Reeves in
Yes,
it.
we are.
How much of him? Yes. We want our Canadian man
Yeah.
more and more. But how much of him at this point? We actually don't know too much of the storyline. We know that Ana is coming in as an assassin, and she just looks like such a baddie. And the segue, by the way, coming from Mission Impossible to Ballerina, I don't like to call anyone anyone's girlfriend or boyfriend. However, I will say Tom Cruise and Ana de Armas have been photographed many times, taking rides in his helicopter. And at first, people were like, are they just working on a film together? But then her dogs started to come for these rides.
As soon as the dogs get brought in.
That's what I'm saying.
That might be a serious relationship.
Right? That's like when the animals are brought in, it's a real thing.
It's getting real.
So
you're introducing them to your animals.
That's it. It's more serious than even kids, I think, in my opinion. So these two, if they are together and they both have these blockbuster movies coming out, I mean, it's going to be a battle. This one drops June 6th. Again, I'm so excited about this because I also chatted with Tatiana Gator. She is the one who actually worked with Keanu Reeves, Michael B. Jordan. So she knows what it takes to create these beautiful sequences. And let me tell you, after talking to her, I went back and I watched John Wick again, and I went, oh my goodness. This is not an easy task. People are like, why are actors always complaining? It is tough what they do.
It really is.
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like this is a secret about me. I am obsessed with action movies. I love it. So like John Wick, this one is definitely on my list.
Do you really get into that?
I get way into that.
I can picture you getting into them.
Now, okay, we are moving into sticking with kind of action, speed, things like this, but in a realm that I'm not particularly well versed in. F1, which is cars.
Yes, it is cars. That I know for a fact.
They're like cars that look like a wasp, right?
100%.
Yeah, they're really fast ones.
And they're really, really fast.
Yeah, they're super fast cars.
They're super fast. Okay, but listen, F1 is about to probably give us something that is going to draw.
Yeah, hubba.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Brad Pitt.
Say no more. What were we talking about? Were we talking about fast cars?
Yeah.
Because, yes, we're getting Brad Pitt in this film.
Yeah.
We're getting Damson Idris. But here's the thing. You guys are excited about Brad Pitt. Do you know who's actually tied to this film? Lewis Hamilton, the 5-time Formula One world champion, Lewis Hamilton. So Lewis Hamilton also has his own production company, Dawn Apollo Films, so they're backing this as well. And the really cool thing about this as well, when you go and see this film, keep this in your mind, is the fact that they actually filmed this movie during the actual Grand Prix weekends.
Oh, cool.
So we're getting real life experience. The F1 community was really involved in this making of this film as well. So I feel like we're all gonna want to go and take a little spin in a fast car after this.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I am intrigued.
Brad Pitt, by the way, he comes back as a retiree to take on the new protege, which is
this young buck who's not gonna listen to him.
and Brad Pitt's gonna be like, you know nothing.
Yeah.
This is actually Brad Pitt. He eats in all his movies. Have you ever noticed that?
He does. All the oceans, always
You
snacking.
know nothing.
Yeah.
Kid. You know nothing. See, now I can do Brad Pitt.
You're doing a really good job. You got Tom
Thank you,
Cruise,
guys.
Brad Pitt down
Thank you.
pat.
Thank you.
All right, now we're gonna switch gears. We're gonna go into a little bit of nostalgia. Let's talk Freakier Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Freaky Friday is about to get even freakier.
Yes.
We've got Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan coming back. And they're returning after years of that whole kerfuffle of them swapping their roles. In this film, though, we find Lindsay Lohan as a mom. She has a daughter. And she's soon to be a stepdaughter as well. So there's a whole new drama tied to it. Again, we don't know exactly what happens in this continuation, but honestly, do we really care?
No.
The fact that these two are coming back, we've got Canadian tied to it as well. Maitreyi Ramakrishnan.
And?
Never Have I Ever. Oh, your favorite.
Oh my gosh, my favorite, Manny Jacinto from The Good Place. So good. Oh my
That
gosh.
man, his face is so chiseled.
Oh my gosh. You want to see cheekbones? You look him
You
up.
want to see cheekbones?
Yeah.
Like you want to know how contouring is done?
Yeah.
Mind you, he's born that way.
Yeah.
So Freakier Friday also drops on August 8th. And again, like I said, like so many people are so excited to see this comedy come back. And I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis.
I mean, she can do no wrong.
And to be honest, I'm so happy for Lindsay Lohan in the last few years. She's just turned her life around. She is she's a mom in real life as well. We love a beautiful comeback story.
Yeah,
and
we
Lindsay
do.
Lohan has come back.
We love that.
So go
Sonia,
watch this.
I'm obsessed. I cannot wait for this summer. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to eat some popcorn. We got to take a break, though. We'll be right back. Have a good day. Our next guest is a rising star in the world of comedy. Featured in Netflix's Verified Stand-Up, she most recently appeared on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Get ready for some good laughs with Leslie Liao. Hello, Leslie.
Thank you.
Welcome to The Good Stuff.
Thank you. I want to bring them everywhere.
Right?
Are you available? Are they available for hire?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
I was like, you have got a whole entourage now.
Okay, wow.
I am so excited. Okay, so first off, you were at the good stuff, but we do have to talk about the Tonight Show. What a huge milestone. What was, like, huge congrats.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
If you guys keep clapping, I will cry. Sorry, I'm not around so much positive energy. I'm a comic in
1,000%.
LA. I'm not around very, This is not, I'm not used to
We're
support.
sunny inside here in Toronto. Yeah. What was going through your stage or your mind backstage when you were about to go out on the Tonight Show?
Yeah, I did, I mean, it's kind of a brag. I did the Tonight Show twice.
No big deal.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Applause. Thank you. My head is so big right now. I'm also gorgeous.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry. I'm a comedian. I'm sick. I'm sick. It was a out of body experience.
Yeah.
Like both times I did the Tonight Show, I was so busy. That's such an adult woman thing to say. Like, I'm just really busy and tired. You're like, get on with so are we.
Everybody is. Yeah.
My calendar is full, but it was just like, I had my calendar was full. It was completely booked. So I think in a self-defense, I just treated it like it was just another show.
Oh.
It's just another set.
Okay.
And to not make myself panic and freak out, I was like, it's just but once you get there, it's not just a show, it's the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
So it's like my first time at 30 Rock, and just everything was magical. Like, I think people there really like their job, which is...
Oh, that's a nice thing. Yeah.
Shocking. So people, like everyone from the security guard to the receptionist to the photographer, they were just like happy to be there.
Yeah.
So they're even like the people here, like the happiness is very foreign to me.
Yeah.
So it's really confusing and shocking me right now. I'm a little scared. But they were so, the energy was so lovely. And just even, the tiny things were like you see your name on the dressing room thing.
Yeah.
And like they had little cookies for me. And so it just, someone did my hair and makeup, which does not happen in LA when I do my little shows. Like someone curled my hair. Like I was just like, what is happening? Everyone's being so nice. It was just, they're just doing their job. And I was like, thank you so much. For, like, this is my job to curl your hair. Like, I was like, so then it just slowly started hitting me. And then like seeing like, the Roots.
Oh my gosh.
Jimmy's band is the Roots,
Which is out of control.
It's like very amazing that like they're just backstage walking past me. And then Jimmy says hi to all the guests before the show, and it's like it is his job, but I didn't feel that way. Like to him it was literally a Monday the first time I did it.
Yeah.
So to him it's just like you having your 9 a.m. all hands meeting, whatever. But it was so magical. So it slowly hit me how special it was.
Yeah.
As I was backstage and a sound person handed me the microphone. And that's when I go, oh, I'm about to do the Tonight Show. I was like, I hope I remember my set. Like that's when
You're just like, and everything's gone.
Yes. So then I was just so happy that I think in fight or flight, luckily I'm fight. So I did remember my set and it went fine. But
that is
it was
huge.
awesome.
That is amazing. Well, since then, you obviously, we have to talk about, you're in comedy, obviously. We've been talking about that. You did not start in comedy.
No.
You actually started in HR, working at Netflix, before becoming one of their featured comics. What's it like going from super corporate boardroom, HR, arguably the least funny department?
So not funny.
Yeah,
And
to
look,
comedy stages.
No offense to HR.
No, we love HR.
people think they're very funny.
We love,
They think they're very funny. They like to crack jokes at work.
Yeah,
like
my brother's HR. Yeah.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Does he think he's funny?
Yeah, he does.
And
Is
they
he?
crack
No.
a little joke at work, and they're like, see, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. I mean, like, so, like, every meeting I had at my day job, like, slowly my colleagues found out I did stand-up. It wasn't something I told people every day, but organically your coworkers find out, like, what did you do this weekend? I'd be like, oh, I was in Vermont. They're like, doing what? I was like, stand-up for 11 people. They were like, huh? So I slowly, they would find out. And people were shocked, but very supportive, which was cool.
Yeah.
Some of my coworkers found out that I did stand-up from The Tonight Show.
Oh, whoa, okay.
So like even, I had many different bosses there, but my boss, the last boss I had there before I left for comedy was so lovely. She wasn't like super in the stand-up scene. She didn't know everything about it, but I think she heard from her dad that I was on The Tonight Show, and she's like, hey, my dad sent me your Fallon clip. She's like, is that why you took Monday off? I was like, yes.
Yes,
you know?
yeah.
And
It was a personal day, you can't
I was like,
ask,
I need a sick day. She's like, you took a sick day to do The Tonight Show?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. And I was just such a like, typical workhorse, so I would just take a day off, take a red eye at night, and then I would just be at an 8 a.m. meeting on Zoom the next day. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Thank you for Thank you. Because she didn't clap for me like you're clapping for me.
Yeah.
Thank you. No one at work clapped for me. They were like, yeah, you should be here. But yeah, it was hard because the day and the night required different parts of my personality.
Totally.
Which I feel like we all have a version of that. Like your parent side, your friend side, your sibling side, your wife, husband side. Like they're all require different parts of you. So I'm exhausted.
When I watched your sets, I genuinely relate so hard. You're like, I'm a 30-something. I'm tired. I don't have time for this.
Yes.
I absolutely love it. Leslie, it's been such a blast chatting. Thank you so much for being here. Huge congrats on everything. Be sure to follow Leslie on her socials and more good luck. Leslie Liao, everybody. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. That was so great. Thank you so much, Corinna. That was awesome. Is a total pro at whipping up something delicious with whatever's in her fridge in a flash. Check it out.
Hi Mary, I'm Alex, the content creator behind MacLaren on TikTok and Instagram, but you might know me as the We Use What We Have girl. My videos are all about reducing food waste, saving money on groceries, and letting go of strict recipes by substituting with what we have on hand. Listen, it's not that serious, it's just supper. And today we're gonna make a clean out the fridge pasta, so let's take a look at what I have. I found leftover rib meat and leftover broccoli. Unfortunately, my kids are not huge fans of leftovers, but they sure do love Mom's pressure cooker mac and cheese. I know I said mac and cheese, but we use what we have, and I have fusilli. Since we won't be draining the pasta, we need to get the water to pasta ratios correct, so I'm weighing my pasta. The ratio is 4 cups of water for every pound of pasta. Today I have about 200 grams, which means I'll be using 1 3/4 cups of water. And I always like to give it a little extra flavor by either adding bouillon or garlic powder and some salt. You can add whatever ingredients you have on hand into the pasta, but the order does matter. The pasta goes first, then the meat and vegetables, and then pour the liquid on top. And it's super important not to stir it because that's how you end up with a burn notice. I'm pressure cooking mine for 4 minutes on high, but if you don't have a pressure cooker, you can make this on the stovetop using the same measurements. Just cook it in a large frying pan that has a lid. It'll take about 8 minutes from the time it starts boiling or until the pasta is al dente. Time's up and we're gonna quick release. I like to use a variety of cheese if I have it, plus 1/4 cup of milk or cream. Today I'm using 2 tablespoons of cream cheese and adding in a cup of shredded marble, 1 handful at a time, stirring in between so it doesn't clump. And that's it. This smells amazing. I saved food from going to waste, and that means more money in my pocket. And with a little creativity, you can too. Now say it with me. We use what we have.
Oh my gosh, I am so with you on that one, Alex. Also, did anybody else think that was like kind of like broccoli cheddar soup mac and cheese vibes? I am very into that idea. So great. That is our show for today, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time for more